Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so this video is going to be a little bit different than my past videos, but it's going to be on the same subject and it's just kind of in a different direction. So the core of the video, the second part, is going to be about have faith in yourself. Now I don't just mean, oh, have faith. I'm going to explain why. It's something that shifted inside you already. But before we get to that, I really want to start it out with this. Okay, so a lot of you, I talk about the Great Wall of China, which is a phrase I added onto the isolation phase where you go through narcissist abuse so bad you completely cut off from anyone and everyone that's mean, even some of your friends, family. You basically isolate and you don't really talk to people for a long time. This can last 2, 3, 4, even 5 years. Now there's a couple purposes for this. I'm going to give you some new ones that I haven't spoken of in the past. The main purpose is that God does his work in the silence. So a lot of these people that attacked you, believe it or not, they're going through absolute complete hell. And here's how it works. It works in the silence. So for those of you who chose peace over violence or peace over revenge or vengeance, see, alright, if you are a loving, kind person, you're of the light. You're a good person. If you're an empath, if you're connected to God, etc. So if you're a spiritual being, and if you're of the light, if somebody attacks you, they can't get away with it. That's not the way it works. So for a lot of you, you just walked away or you blocked them or you did whatever you could to get them out of your lives, etc., etc. So instead of doing something harsh back to them, now that doesn't mean if you lashed out at them or you screamed at them or even if you might have done something to their car. If you didn't go after them the way that they went after you, such as the gang stalking and the drugging and the poisoning and the mind games and the gaslighting and purposely setting them up, if you didn't do those things, trust me, God sees that. God's on your side. Let me put it this way. There's something holy about being hurt, deeply wounded, and just sitting with your pain. And I don't mean just suffering uselessly, but here's what I mean. There's something holy, something reverent when you suffer tremendously and you don't throw that back out into the world to destroy other people. So you just sit with your pain. You allow your pain to exist, to heal. And God sees this. But it's also incredibly hard to deal with it by yourself, to sit with it by yourself. When you have been humiliated, belittled, betrayed, backstabbed for no reason other than someone's insecure, they're jealous, they have issues, and they decided, oh, that happy person, that person that feels good about themselves, for whatever reason, they wanted to destroy you. It's incredibly hard to sit with that. And that's what it seems like God did to you, like God just left you there. And that's actually not what happened. He was working in the silence, and I'm going to prove it to you right now. God does get vengeance. See, a lot of people that have done me wrong, things will suddenly go wrong in their lives. It might take a month, it might even take 6 months, or it might even take a year, it might even take a little bit longer, but I promise you, it always comes back. Now here's the thing, you didn't do anything to them. They did it to themselves. They attacked one of God's children. They attacked someone who has the light of love inside them. They laughed at you. They belittled you. They taunted you with their friends, with their relatives. They talked behind your back. They will pay for each and every one of those things that they did to you. And you don't have to do a thing. See, that's why you're in silence. You're like, well, God, are you going to do something? Are you going to help me? God's already doing something. You don't have to think bad thoughts. In fact, I recommend that you don't. You don't have to do any kind of weird black magic. You don't. I'm telling you, they already did this to themselves. They did it to themselves. And it will bounce back. It will go back on them 100%. And I'm about to break this down. I'm about to show you very clearly. Like attracts like. If you're a negative person, if you're thinking bad thoughts about other people, where are those thoughts? It's in that person's energy field. Where are those bad feelings and bad energy? It's in their body. It's in their energy field. It will attract the same unto them. That's the way the universe works. So when you're sitting there in your silence, it's all going back to them. See, whenever they come to a place of silence, such as right before they're trying to fall asleep, at their workplace, when they're kind of in their own world, they're kind of in the zone, all of a sudden the mind quiets down, these thoughts come up. At nighttime, when they can't sleep because of what they've done to you. Those thoughts come up. All that egotistical bravado where they block it out, they can't block it out at night. All of you know that narcissists need an empath to call at nighttime because they can't fall asleep. You also know, what do narcissists do? They're on dating lines, they're on chat lines, they do anything and everything they can, video games, to distract themselves. And a lot of them can't get to sleep without drinking a lot of alcohol or doing drugs. Because these thoughts constantly creep up of what they've done to you. And deep down inside, they know what they did's wrong. And at any moment when they come to peace, anytime they come out of talking fast, chaos, spinning around, ping-pong and all this chaotic, anytime they come out of chaos into any level of peace, these thoughts come up. Every single they did, the dirty look they gave you, the stabbing you in the back, talking behind your back, making up stories. Here's the other thing that comes up. The looks that the people they said these things behind your back that they kind of gave you, they kind of pulled away, they gave them a fake smile. They know that was a fake smile, especially when their mind gets quiet. They're like, man, they actually didn't like what I did. They know that these people know what they did. And it doesn't go away. Every time they go to breakfast, every time they jump in the shower, every time they look in the mirror to shave or brush their teeth, every single time they get behind the wheel. I'm telling you, the minute they get into the flow, into the zone, boom, those thoughts of all these people that they've talked about behind your back come up. They're like, man, so-and-so didn't like that. I could tell by the way he looked. So-and-so didn't believe a word I said. All of this stuff comes up, and this is why they have to do drugs. They need someone to call every night and talk to till they fall asleep, and on, or turn the TV on, because they can't sleep without some kind of distraction. And that's probably the word you've heard a lot about narcissists. They need a lot of distraction, especially when they're trying to go to sleep at night, because these thoughts are constantly coming up to them. When they get any moment of peace from the chaos, from the silence, it comes up for them to see, to hear, and to feel, and to remember again and again and again. When you fall asleep and your mind kind of clears, those thoughts come up very clearly and they can't get rid of them. The worst part, that's the moment when they know they did wrong. They know that what they did was wrong. They know that they lied, that they tried to... Here's another thing. You ever heard about how someone will lie and lie until they believe the lie? At that moment, they know they made the lie. They know they're trying to live by lies, and they make up lies to cover up lies, to cover up lies. And over a period of time, the friends, their neighbors, the people that they work with, they look at them and they're just like, wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. See, the story has cracks in it. And that's why they continue to make more stories. And and they make something else up. The people around them can see it. God works in mysterious ways. when they have moments of silence, which they rarely have, and this is why they're so exhausted. This is why they need caffeine. This is why they need alcohol. Caffeine to get up and alcohol to go down to fall asleep, is because it's eating them up. When you were in your silence, in your isolation phase, you were healing. The memories that came up for you were all the times people hurt you. Your brain was reevaluating the way you dealt with that. Your brain was finally realizing, wait a minute, these people did this on purpose. This wasn't a punishment. This was a healing moment for you. This was a healing period of time for you. So God works in mysterious ways in the silence. Now here's part 2, what this video was actually originally about. The first part very much supports the second part. Now, I know a lot of you have still been avoiding people and not getting into relationships or dating or even making close friends again. Because your entire life, one of the parts when you wake up to this and you go into the isolation phase, you have all these memories come up like, wow, I've always missed it. I've always missed it. I thought that was a good person. I thought it was a good person. So you get scared thinking, I can't tell the difference between who's good and who's bad because I thought all these people were good and all of them turned out to be monsters, or they were backstabbing or gaslighting or playing mind games and all the stuff that they do. So here's the difference. If you went through that final phase of what I call narcissist abuse, it was like the final bomb, and you just cut people out of your life and you're like, you didn't care, and you're like, I'm sick and tired of it, and you started watching narcissist abuse videos, and you went through any form of isolation phase. You may have still gone to work, you may have still gone to the meetings, but essentially you just are like, I'm not socializing with people, period. Your brain was reevaluating everything through that isolation phase. That's number one, how you know. Your brain is looking at everything from 100, 180, 360 different perspectives. It's looking at it from all angles. That's why it takes so long to go through that isolation phase. You see this from every angle. It's not this one way, oh, there's good in everyone, which is the way most of us are raised. Always see the good in people. There's always good in people. No, there's not. No, there's not. In some people, there is not always good. And you know that now, whereas before you didn't. In fact, that belief or rule that you went by is what got you into trouble. And you don't do that anymore. In fact, I bet every person you talk to, every person you listen to, you kind of pull back and think, oh, is there any narcissistic signs? Or, maybe the last narcissist sent this person. If you're doing that, you've already changed. You're not just blindly accepting people. Oh, they're being nice to me. They did something nice. If anything, when people do nice things, you watch them even more. Which is a really, really, really good thing. You should always watch people. Don't trust people. That's a good quality. It doesn't mean you have to judge them harshly. It doesn't mean you have to judge them at all. Just see them for who they are in completion, both the good and the bad. You're already past the completion. You've passed the test. You learned. You understand. You can see now. So, have faith in yourself is what I'm saying. Trust me, it will never happen the way it did last time. You might meet someone for a week, 2 weeks, maybe twice a week, 3 times a week, or once a week, or whatever. You're going to start getting that feeling, and then you're going to start paying attention. Like, oh, this is a narcissist. You're going to know to pull out. See, you have studied narcissist abuse for years and years. If you've been following my channel, if you've been following other people's channels, if you've been reading blogs and reading books and, etc., etc., trust me, this time around, it will be much more empowering for you to see. They are weak, and you already know this. Sure, you logically know because you've heard people online say it, but when you experience it, when you see it for what it is, and you walk away, you're like, why was I ever afraid of these people? The more you see this, the more experience you get, the more empowering it becomes. Your light starts to shine again. You start to feel good about yourself. You become much, much more powerful within yourself. It's time to explore. It's time to meet people, better people. And here's the thing. This is the thing you need to understand. You will see better people. Like the thing that I've been going through for over a year, much more, a year and 9 months, maybe a little bit more than that. I'm seeing good people now. Here's the thing that I realized. When I started seeing good people, I was like, wait, what's going on? I literally thought the world changed. Because it was weird, because life had never been this way before. Like, wait, why is this person being so good to me? Like, I mean, just a clerk at the grocery store, a cashier, someone you meet at a restaurant or at a coffee shop, like, and you really hit it off, and you're like talking to them for 6 weeks and 7 and 8 and 3 months, and you're like, wait, what's going on here? Like, why is this person so courteous to me? Why is this person pulling chairs out? Why is this person grabbing my bag and handing it to me? Like, people don't do that. Like, what? And not only that, but their energy is so gentle and soft and kind. The first 2 times it happened to me, or I should say the first 2 people, I just thought, well, this is just an anomaly. And then it happened again, and then again. And then I did bump into someone who I thought was nice. They were a complete narcissist. They just picked me apart. My shoes, my this, my that, even my name, the way I said my name. It was just, and I was like, oh, you got to be kidding. I fell for it again. But here's the deal. It was only for about 4 or 5 meetings. I picked up on it. By the second time we met, I thought, wait a minute, this person, like, why did they do that? And they were kind of really being negative towards me. So you would think I would have bailed, but I wanted to watch. I wanted to see. The 3rd time it got worse. The 4th time, I'm like, yep, this is narcissist. Boom. See you later. I'm out. See, if you went through that phase where you just got to the point like, I'm done. I would rather be alone than get eaten apart, beaten down, humiliated, backstabbed. Like, you get to a point where you're like, no more. I'm completely done. You made a decision that you refused to be with these people or these types of people ever again. And yes, at times it is like picking weeds out of the garden. Every now and then you got to reevaluate, look at people like, oh, that's a narcissist, or that person's really negative, that person is rude or disrespectful. Boom, they got to go. So it is like picking weeds once a week or something like that. A little here, a little there. It's not a lot. So here's the interesting thing. When you get to the phase, you're like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not dealing with these people. What's left? Yep, that's right. Good people with good hearts, with good energy. You start to see them. Now I'm going to tell you my experience. Those negative people, it's like they've faded into the background. They're far away, they've shrunk up, and this is in my mind. I can think of just tonight, I went to Walgreens, I walked in, and this guy walked in, and you could tell he was on drugs or something wasn't right with this guy, had some anger issues. I grabbed my bag and I just walked out, and I came back in after he left. So I walked down the aisle. I've noticed myself like literally just physically walking away when someone starts to be confrontive or argumentative or negative. I was like, yeah, and the thing is, it's become a habit now. And the only thing left is people that are good people with good hearts. And that's why I'm meeting these people. All of us, it's like someone flicked a switch or something in my brain. Because I'm going to tell you honestly, I realized I couldn't even see these people in the past. It was almost like these people that were nice to me, that were genuinely good people, I thought they were the bad people or something like that. Because all of a sudden I'm seeing them, I'm bumping into them one day here, and then maybe a week later, then a month later, I'm like, wait, what's going on here? It's literally like my brain couldn't process them. It was like they were the ones faded into the background. I might have talked to them 10 times at the store. I might have bumped into them. A friend might have introduced me. Oh, okay, whatever. And I faded away into some negative person. Now I can see. Eyes wide open, now I can see destroying narcissist abuse. Kindness rules, so be kind to yourself. This is how you eventually become kind to other people, to good people. This also attracts other kind people. That's the way it works. So you know how we use the word energy and we talk about energy all the time? Well, let me give you an example. Let's simplify this. Get rid of the mysticism, get rid of the spirituality. It's literally electromagnetic energy inside your body, your electrical system, okay? But forget about that. That's even too scientific. Let's make it really simple. If somebody is doing black magic on someone, if someone is thinking bad, evil thoughts of someone, if someone's always hurt and angry at someone and jealous, people are going to feel that. People are going to see that. The only people that will be willing to deal with them is the people where good people won't deal with them. Do you get what I'm saying? So kind, gentle people don't want to be around those people. Let's take you, for example. Do you want to be around those people anymore? Hell no. So who else do they have to deal with? Each other. See, negative people view the world in a negative light. Guess who's going to see the world from the same perspective and have an unconscious rapport with them? Yeah, other negative people. See, this is one of the reasons why the narcissist didn't like you, is because you were positive, you were light, you were love, you were happy, you were like a bundle, a light of joy, like you were a bundle of joy, and they couldn't stand it. So they tried to make you negative like them. Those people, not just narcissists, but negative people, they can't stand to be around happy, joyful, positive people. They can't stand it. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like a magnet. Like attracts like. See, they don't see the world from your perspective. Therefore, they don't understand you. So they'll tell people, oh, they're weird. They're one of those I remember someone walked up to me and go, are you one of those positive people? And I looked at him realizing what he just said. Now, people have said this to me in the past to make me feel bad. And I said, no, I'm negative just like you. And he thought about it because he said it in front of a group of people, about 10, 15 people. Everybody just started busting up laughing because how stupid is it to say something like, oh, are you one of those positive people? Yeah, I am. I guess you're not. So here's the deal. Have you ever felt like you got pushed out of groups and pushed out of friends and people pushed you away? It's because they couldn't stand your light, because they don't understand it. They can't relate to it. They don't see the world from that perspective. You're coming in with a completely different perspective, which completely breaks rapport, which is a good thing. You don't want to be around those people. Those people, here's what I'm leading up to. I'm actually leading up to something here. Years ago, this is just one person. It's like he wanted a better life. He wanted more positivity. He wanted goodness. He wanted to have more money, better relationships, everything. And yet he surrounded himself by negative people that cut him down, that cut each other down, that talk shit, backstabbed each other, screwed each other over. And he said, yeah, these are my best friends. And I'm looking at him like, these are your best friends? Huh. I wonder why you're having so many problems in your life. And he couldn't see it. So one of these supposed friends came up to me when he wasn't around and said something really messed up about him. So being the loyal friend that I am, I went up to my friend and said, hey, this guy just said such and such about it. He got mad at me and said, why would you say that? I trust that guy. That's the most trustworthy guy in the world. And he got mad at me. And I'm like, oh, okay. I see. So I stopped talking to him, and a few months later, or maybe a little bit more than a few weeks, but 4 or 5 weeks, he called me up and was complaining and crying the blues about how his life sucks and why isn't anyone nice to him? Why can't he get a break? I'm like, well, because you're surrounded by people that trip you up and screw you over and get you fired and say bad things behind your back. And like, he just, for the life of him, he couldn't understand. And guess what? It was that same person that I came to him with, said, hey, this guy is not a good guy. He's saying these bad things. Oh, no, I trust this guy. Blah, blah, blah. You're wrong. And it was the same guy that screwed him over. And he goes, no, well, he didn't really mean that. And I'm like, he didn't really mean it, but he actually did it. Here's what I'm trying to say. he couldn't see it even though he could see it physically with his eyes. So in NLP, we deal with what we call meta patterns and different linguistic challenges that we have. So okay, I was talking to someone, a young lady, and I was trying to explain to her how much people liked her. And here's the deal: she couldn't see it. Now I made a video about this a little while ago, about probably 2 weeks ago. I'm telling you, people adored her. Everyone just adores her. And she's like, what are you talking about? Like, but why? I'm just a human. And I was like, and it made me cry. Puppies to her were the most adorable thing in the world. I'm like, well, why do you adore puppies? Why do you think people? Well, because they're kind, they're sweet, they're gentle. She literally described herself. She goes, they're happy and they're up. They lift your spirits, and this person lifts your spirits. Kind, happy, gentle, uplifting. There's something about this person that just makes you want to live, to be alive. It makes you happy just being in her energy field. And as I said in those other videos, she's surrounded by very, very, very wealthy people all day long. Even when we just walked 6 blocks, we kept bumping into these people. And I told her, I said, these people would love to help you. You just have to let them know. And she's like, but why would they help me? Because I was like, well, why would you help a puppy? She goes, well, good. And then she described the wonderful qualities, which unconsciously she was actually describing herself. It was a projection. And I said, that's why. She goes, what? I go, you're that puppy. Dude, this is how people respond to you. They literally want to pet you. They want to rub you. They want to hug you. They want to make you feel safe. But for the life of her, she couldn't see it. Now, this is a really good person. This is not a narcissist at all. This is someone who's been abused by a narcissist. Now, a lot of you have this same kind of belief system where you just think, well, why would someone be good to me? Even if you're like, oh, no, I'm not like that. I'm talking about on a deep level. So here's the deal. It works the other way around. Narcissists can't see the people around them stabbing them in the back. Even though they see it, they still don't see it. Just like this young lady, these people were hugging her and loving her and dropping everything they were doing just to give her attention. And she can't see it. Now, I don't mean this happens once a week. I'm telling you, this happens multiple times within an hour upon every hour. This is how our unconscious mind works. If you got something wired in a way that doesn't work for you, you need to change it. So, I said something really positive to her about these people. I go, if you just let these people know, and she goes, well, why do they think that about me? And I said, and I don't remember, I'm sorry, I can't remember. I said, why do they think what about you? She goes, well, you said blah, 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 blah. And I didn't say that. She literally added something onto it. Now, that comes from her self-image. See, your self-image will make whatever someone says into what your self-image is. So if you have a negative self-image, if someone says something really positive, they'll add something or change something to match their self-image, and they'll truly believe that's what you said, because they believe the way that they see their own self-image is the way that you see them, even when it's not. It's the same thing with me, where my realization that I had about myself was like, wow, I'm suddenly seeing. It's like people are coming out of the woodwork, like good people. They've always been there. Even when people would point it out over the years, I couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it. Now in NLP, this is something we call model of the world. Our brain deletes, distorts, and generalizes things because the information overload would make you go insane. So beliefs, rules, values, decisions that we've made are the deletions, distortions, and generalizations. So when you can get clearer about a subject, you start, okay, for example, one of the things that empaths do is we want to see the best. Not only do we want to see the good in people, we want to see the best in people. So what happens is we delete, distort, and generalize. Generally, what we do is we delete out any negativity that narcissists do to us our entire lives. We just don't see it. Even when our best friends are screaming at us, get away from this person. They're bad for you. And like, oh no, you just don't understand. You don't see the good side of them. Well, that could be equally screamed at an empath. Yeah, but you don't see the 99% of the bad of them. So that's what I mean. And remember when you finally snapped out of it, you got hurt so bad, so devastated, so destroyed that you finally isolated yourself and you looked all the way back into your past like, wow, I let people do this to me my entire life. Now you can see. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're still using this deletion in the sense of there's no good people because you're not going out. You're not venturing out. You're not seeking good people. So you don't have to seek them. Just kind of listen to people. Pay attention. And that's another thing that you do now. I guarantee you already have the skill. You're already paying attention to the nuances, the tone. Does their facial expression match their words? Is something incongruent? Like you got a funny feeling something's not right? You're listening a lot more now, not only to people, but to yourself, to your gut, to your intuition, to your feelings. It's already there. You have to go use your new tools, your new techniques, your new understandings, your new awareness, and your heightened intuition, that trust of your gut feeling that you have a lot more now than you ever had. Not to mention your eyes are wide open. You're looking at people, you're watching people, and you have a ton of information online from YouTube videos, from my videos. You know what to look for. When it happens, you'll see it. You have to trust yourself. Trust me, it's there. So what I'm trying to say is, unconsciously, you're still using that deletion, distortion, and generalization tool, and you're deleting out the good people. But you'll see them this time because the energy will be completely different. It may take a little bit of time for you to kind of readjust and be like, what is this? Because it'll feel weird. You were so used to living in pain and suffering and dealing with really dark, negative people that to you, that's home. Even though you didn't like it, that's home. What I'm saying is this new home, it is greener grass on the other side. It's a lot. The pastures are much better over here. Here's what I'm saying. You can see the good people now. And you will. Just go out. Start living your life. Start slowly. Meet people. Pull away. Like I did a lot of different things to kind of like practice socializing again. There's this one store I went to where the cashiers were someone I knew one of them for a long, like about 14 years, it's probably 12 years. Now it's been 15 years. But I started going back there and kind of hanging out to socialize. Customers would come in. I noticed like I would really pull away from some people. I'd just walk down the damn aisle. And when I come back, my friend, the cashier guy, was like, "Hey, where'd you go?" I was like, "Oh, just kind of looked around." He goes, "Oh, okay." What I was doing was I was re-socializing myself, and I started noticing like, wait a minute, I would just instinctually walk away. I'd have a bad feeling. I'd walk away from some people. Like, nope, don't want to get tangled up with them. Now, it took time, okay? But I started noticing good people little by little, here and there, and wasn't sure. But it began to happen to where it's like, wow, I can really see good people now. I can also see bad people really good now, too. All I'm saying is start using your new tools. They're there even if you don't know what I'm talking about. They're already there. Get back out there. Start venturing and start meeting better people. They are there 100%. You don't have to worry about meeting or making friends with bad people. The minute you realize that this is not good for me, this is not a good person, trust me, you'll walk away. Trust me, you're like, I'm not dealing with this person. You'll block them, you'll cut them off, you'll stop calling them back. Trust me. And this is going to leave the door open for the good people. Trust yourself. Have faith in your lessons. Alright guys, that's it for this video. God bless you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please click subscribe, click the bell, go ahead and click the like button and make a comment. And if you want, you can go ahead and make a donation. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box. God bless you guys. I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.